Hey y'all, well the last bull is bucked, and that means it's time for CNFR Tonight. I'm your host, Brandon Edwards. Welcome to our beautiful set here provided by our friends at Sierra West in gorgeous Casper, Wyoming. And we invite you to settle in with us as we introduce you to some great people we get to work with this week. Not only the contestants that we meet inside the arena, but some of the people that are making this happen and putting the CNFR together and putting it on the map. People like Chad Smidt of Rocky Mountain Orthopaedics and CJ Aragon of Sul Ross State, who also happens to serve as our timed event arena director. So do me a favor, y'all. Buckle up, settle down for a little bit. This is CNFR Tonight. Well, we are at the end of Tuesday as we've been through our full day of finishing out go-round number 2 in the slack this afternoon and our first official performance here in the Fort Wyoming Center of the 2024 CNFR. Here is our rodeo recap. In the bareback riding, go-round number 2 ended kind of the way it started, with Weston Timberman taking the go-round lead. Number 2, he was on Mo of Bold Rodeo Company with 81 points, and that put him right in the lead of the average on 2 head with 161 and a half. In the tie-down roping, 8.3 was the time that Cass Newman needed from Central Arizona College to win the go-round, and 18.1, well, that is Kobe Dausch of Hill College's time on 2 head to win him the average in that tie-down roping. Regular open has been a race the entire time. It has gotten rapid. Haley Ann Grant was 1.8. That's just 0.2 of a second off of the arena record from Cal Poly, the young lady hails from. And right now the average is still a 4.2 on 2 of Lauren Booby from the University of Western Alabama. Saddle bronc riding. In the slack, we have that 77.5-point ride of Noel Johnson from New Mexico State University on Smokescreen at Western Rodeo. That was good enough to put him number 2 in the round. Gus Galliard, who we talked to last night on the show, he stayed leading the round and is the leader of the average on 2 head of 157 points. In the steer wrestling, well, that was all Tristan Calavae of Northwestern Oklahoma State University, a 3.7, and went right to the lead of the average with an 8.5 on 2. And the goats, Rayme Jones continued her terror from Tarleton. She was a 6.1. The exact same time she laced down to win the go-round in go-round number 1, duplicating that in 2. She is 12.2 on 2 in the average and leading that on 2 head as well. In the team open, the name you know, James Arviso from Hill College and Caden Profili from Texas A&M Commerce, they threw it all at him. Roped the leg on the first one, but came back in the second go-around today to be 4.1 to win the second go-round and actually put the number 2 in the average behind Trey Hughes of St. Angelo State and Caden Tinsley of Ranger College, who hold the lead in that average on 2 at 15.1 on 2. Tazy Matthews, she repeated as well. She won the first go-round, came back, won go-round number 2 with a 13.81, is winning the average on 2 head at 27 and 74 on 2. And in the bull riding, of course, we saw Zane Monet out of West Texas College. He was 77.5 on Hammer Time of Western Rodeo, but Wasey Shala still won your average. He put in 164 points on 2. Moving into the third go-around and coming into our performance here tonight on Tuesday, we still saw a lot of great rides, and it really set the stage for how the rest of the week is going to go. In the bareback riding, Wasey Shala again came in, Clarendon College. He won the first go-round, came back. Right now, he's winning go-round number 3, 74.5 on Fleabit of Southwicks. He is 229 points on 3 head. He will be the leader going into tomorrow night's performance. In the tie-down roping, Ty Mosier of Gillette's College was a 9.8 to win the round. Zane Kilgus, he was second in the round, but it pushed him to a 30.2 on 3. That is good right now to give him the lead in the average from this first performance. In the breakaway roping, Taylor Jones from Blue, that is a story everybody is going to remember. She was 2.4 today. She's winning the round right now. She won go-round number 1, had a small slip-up, a little bit of a storied item come up on go-round number 2 to give her a no time, and so she will be out of the average. The average itself is going to go to Riley Donnelly of Black Hills at an 18.1 on 3. In the saddle bronc riding, Ira Dickerson, the Wyoming Cowboy, absolutely stuck at 2-1, 84.5 points, and the crowd went wild as he stuck at the painted fling of Bold Rodeo Company. He is winning the average as well right now, 233 on 3. In the go time, that is going to go to Colorado Mesa University's Justice Jones. The Canadian cowgirl was 6'6" in the go-round tonight. She's winning the go-round and right now is your average leader at 20.2. Team roping, trying to stay solid. This one's got a lot of parity to it. 6.1 was Jet Stewart of Weatherford College and John Heisel of South Plains. But right now, the average is still being led on 2 by our average leaders, Trey Hughes and Caden Tinsley. But with this asterisk, they were up tonight. They missed their steer. They are not going to be eligible on 3 head. At this point, it looks like mathematically we will be sending somebody to the short round in the team roping on only 2 head. The barrel racing, we finally saw a little bit of a difference at the top of the leaderboard. Tacey Matthews was a 13.92, but that was only good enough for second in this go-round. The lead of the go-round was Jordan Driver at Tarleton. She was a 13.84 for the go-round, but Tacey, of course, still holding strong, has almost a 1-second lead in the average as she sits at a 41.66 on 3. Tonight, no qualified rides in the bull riding. That means Wacy Shala is still good as we move to the 2 head. And we'll just keep waiting to see what's going to happen the rest of the week as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's performances to finish out the 3rd go-round, all getting ready for short round Saturday. Thank you for being with us. That is our rodeo recap. We're here back on CNFR Tonight, and with me today is Rayme Jones, our go-round leader in both the 1st round and the 2nd round. Talk to us a little bit about your game plan going in tonight.
I'm just going to give it to God and see what happens. I'm not really nervous. It's been fun. My horse in this arena is doing really, really good, and I'm just gonna give it to God and calm my nerves and just go make a smooth run.
What was your plan before? Because that goat you drew today was not an easy goat. That was the one goat that had 2 no times on the same goat at a go round 1. Did you approach anything different? Did you look at anything?
Actually, my coach looked at the draw for me this morning and he sent me the wrong goat. So I went into it not knowing that that's the goat I had. So honestly, it probably worked out better for my mental game. I didn't really know what the goat I drew did.
That's an interesting strategy on this part. We're going to call that strategy.
I know, yeah.
Go through it. Talk about, obviously, you come in here as a 5th-year senior, getting your master's degree. Talk about the balance of the education and the school side, as well as like the season that you work with to get here from, to the College National Finals.
Yes, sir. Tarleton's a great school, academically and athletically, and they help us in every way that they can. Our professors work with us and our coaches work with us, and they make it really easy for us.
We've heard it from our go-round winner and our average leader here after 2 go-rounds of the CNFR. This is CNFR Tonight, and we'll be back with a word from our sponsors. We couldn't have the CNFR without the athletes, and we couldn't have the athletes if we didn't have this gentleman sitting next to me. This is Chad Smidt with the Orthopaedic and Spine Center of the Rockies. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, talk to me a little bit. How does rodeo compare with all of the other athletic events and athletic pursuits that you cover? How does rodeo step into that?
It's pretty interesting. Rodeo's a very tough sport. We all know that. Well, one of the other sports I do a lot of work with is our U.S. wrestling team. And surprisingly, we have lots of conversations in the sports med trailer. A lot of these rodeo athletes also competed wrestled in high school and wrestled all through, and so they're good, tough kids. And that's the nice thing about these 2 sports, I guess, that I get to cover predominantly with wrestling and rodeo is, for the most part, I'm dealing with some pretty darn tough athletes, and that makes my job a lot easier.
I can only imagine. What are some of the most common injuries that you find popping up here during the course of the CNFR?
A lot of them are more event specific. The bareback riding, bronc riding, rough stock. A lot of times it can be from getting bucked off. We can have some shoulder dislocations, getting stepped on. Obviously, a lot of lower extremities, knee, ankle injuries. Goat tying for the ladies, we can wreck some knees and ankles with that sport pretty easy, and steer wrestling has their own associated injuries that go along with it. So each individual event kind of has their own little specific, but for the most part, it's like any other thing. We get sprains, strains, occasional fractures, and we just hope we don't have anything serious in the course of the week that we're here.
How many people do you keep on staff over the course of the CNFR?
Over the CNFR, at any one given time, we'll have 5 athletic trainers and a physician here.
Well, we're very happy to have you and keep up the good work. It's a very crucial part of what we do. We'll be with you here shortly with more coverage of this year's CNFR. We're back here on CNFR Tonight. We've got a very special guest with us right now. Sitting next to me is CJ Aragon, the head coach of Sul Ross State University. And more importantly for this week here at the CNFR, he is our timed event arena director. CJ, I'm going to jump right into it. Talk to me just the challenges and what does the setup look like for this week when you guys come in?
when we get here, they're actually, Saturday night before we get here, they have a high school graduation here for Natrona County High School. They tear down all night, and then Sunday, they start setting up the boards and start moving dirt in. And we set the pins up outside first, and they're bringing dirt in. And then Monday, we normally start setting up inside. And most of the time by Wednesday, we could have a rodeo in here.
How many people do you have working on that project at one time?
At any given time, there might be as many as 20 people. So we've got people bringing dirt in, we've got people on skid steers, we're moving panels, we're setting up panels, we're leveling dirt. I mean, there's a whole bunch of moving parts.
We're going to be back in just a moment here on CNFR Tonight with one of our student athletes. All right, back at CNFR Tonight here. Let's talk to the man that has right now been putting on an absolute clinic in the steer wrestling, Sam Carson from Utah Valley University. Buddy, how you feeling?
Pretty good.
Good, man. How does it feel, dude? You're winning the average at the College National Finals right now.
Yeah, it's the first time I've been here. It feels pretty good, actually.
Uh-huh.
I was just happy to be here, honestly. I took third in the region, and I was like, heck yeah, that was my whole goal this year, is just to go to nationals, and I got it, and things are going pretty well. So
I would say they are right now. You won the first go around, put a solid one down, placed top two in the round on the second round.
I think I was fifth.
Fifth, oh, well, there you go. And then drew the steer that they won the second round on. They were 3-7 on that steer tonight.
Yeah.
You laid him down in 4. Talk about who was hazing for you today. What's your horse you're riding?
So I'm riding a horse named Cougar. He's actually 25.
Nice.
I've been bulldogging off him since high school, and we were going to retire him this year. And then my hazer is Hayden. We've been bulldogging since high school, since we were juniors in high school, and it's been a pretty fun ride.
Well, that's fun, and he's sitting good in the average right now too. So
Yeah.
Utah Valley's kind of making a solid push for the Rocky Mountain region this year in the bulldogging.
Yeah, for the steer wrestling, yeah, it is.
And we're looking forward to seeing you on Saturday night. Sam Carson from Utah Valley. Right back after this, we're going to actually get a chance to talk to the gentleman who's right now winning the average of our tie-down roping as well, Zane Kilgus. We're back, CNFR Tonight. Thanks all for joining us and being with us here as we get to interview some of our great contestants over this week here at the 2024 CNFR. With me today, Zane Kilgus, the man that is right now winning the average in the tie-down roping. Man, how's it feel? What was your plan going through the week, and how's it doing?
I don't know. I just tried to use whatever I drew and kind of just keep going through the motions, and I plucked around and got some of the good ones. So I tried to make sure I made it all count and get back to Saturday night.
Well, you'll be back Saturday night for sure. Right now, you're basically averaging about 10 seconds ahead on 3 calves.
Yeah.
That'll definitely put you there. Zane Kilgus, thank you for joining us, and finish up here shortly. We'll be wrapping up right after this. Day 3 is officially at a close. You've seen all of our go-round winners from go-round number 2 and the start to go-round number 3 with our first performance here on Tuesday night here at the Ford Wyoming Center. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to have another performance at 7 o'clock, and yet we start the day early, 9 o'clock in the morning for the traditional softball tournament at the Crossroads Park. If you haven't ever got a chance to come, I highly recommend it. It's a great time. We put all the regions on teams against each other, and even the coaches jump in a little bit to help, and there is definitely a veteran versus CNFR qualifier rivalry if you want to. We'll have the winners with us here tomorrow for some special interviews. This is CNFR Tonight. Thank you for being a part of it. Always go to collegerodeo.com for official results updated throughout the week. We'll see you tomorrow night.